Welcome to Soulful Thoughts from New Zealand. I am Meghan, author, mentor, and death and dying guide. Daily, we are hearing of death by violent means. Today, I want to spend a moment bringing ourselves into our own calm presence and to send this calm out to all of those affected by the ongoing tragedies and traumatic deaths. I have worked as a death guide for over 25 years, and what I know is that when there is sudden death, and particularly when it is by violent means, then that soul who has died is in shock. And that soul needs help to come into their own greater presence, to reconcile what has occurred. Think for a moment what happens when you hear disturbing news about your life or a loved one suddenly dying. You go into shock. The mind either freezes or panics. It is not easy to access your greater spirit and presence in that moment. Often it takes time and effort to do so. And so it is with those who have died in horrific ways, and often even those who have died in more peaceful ways. Death is mostly a mystery to us. I invite you now to come into your place of calm, into your greater presence. So placing your focus on your breath, let that breath become deep and long. Bringing you into a place of peace. A place of calm. As you breathe, come into your own natural rhythm. And letting that breath fall deeply into your belly. A gentle rising and falling of the belly, opening, softening, relaxing. And bring your breath focus onto and into your heart space. Allowing that heart to gently expand, to open, to know a gentle calm and peace. And now focusing on your mind, also allowing that energy of calm and peace to allow the mind to rest, to allow the mind to be calm, open, aware. And now feel this calm, this peace flowing through your whole body, your whole mind. A gentle flow and rhythm of breath, of openness, of peace. And what I have witnessed with many deaths are the angels coming to assist. So let us offer this prayer for those who have died violently, most recently. Archangels Raphael, Gabriela, Michael, please come and gently help these souls to receive the healing grace of love. May their shock, their confusion, open into awareness. May their grief know comfort. In right timing, may they know the gift of their life, and may their death not be in vain. Please be with their families and loved ones, bringing them healing comfort. And please open my awareness, my action, to bring this world into new and compassionate ways. May my life unite with these souls in the greater mission of peace and love. We thank you. And Holy Mother of all beings, please bless all your children, young and old, who are living and dying in great difficulty and through inhuman ways. May your compassionate heart shield them from despair and sorrow, drawing them into new life, new light. May your tenderness guide them back home to the truth of their joyful being. We thank you. May we send out these prayers and the calm of our energy to go out to all beings in need at this time. May they fully receive, bringing peace and awareness to their onward journey. I thank you for joining me in these prayers and sending this energy where it is needed, because I do know that it will go where it is needed. These are prayers for my new books coming up. I have been collating and writing about the death adventures I have been part of for some years now, for that is what they are, adventures in the spirit. And today I am appealing for your help. I have 2 books coming up, getting ready for publication that bring this sacred knowledge about dying into an accessible and easy to read form, and also simple to put into practice. I feel it is so important with so much death in our world that we have this knowledge at our fingertips and in our hearts. But I've discovered that the publishing world has changed dramatically, and so has self-publishing. And after much research, I'm settling on a hybrid publishing company. I'm excited that audiobooks will be included. So my request is for us together to raise US $8,000 to cover the cost for these 2 books, because it is us together who can help alleviate the tragic ignorance and fear of the unknown around death in our Western society. The Tibetan Buddhists have it down, but we need a cultural paradigm that suits the Western soul. One of the books has the working title of The Other World, Remarkable Stories from the Afterlife, learning from and helping those who are journeying onward. In this book, there are different stories of souls I have helped immediately upon their death, whether they have died in their sleep, after a long illness, by a sudden accident, violent death, or even suicide. I also bring stories of our beloved pets and their journey onward. And these are just a few examples. There are many more. But I'm not just telling these stories. I'm also offering to all of us, through journal questions and meditations, how we might learn from their journeys. For instance, one woman continued with her habits of mind on the other side. The same habits she had while living here on earth. And I worked with her extensively to help ease her out of her habits and to come into the greater presence of her being. Now, some people can and do let go of their personality traits when they die, and they come into the expansiveness of their soul. Others do not. And in fact, most need help to let go of where they are bound. After all, we're all clinging to something, and mostly through fear or wrongful understanding. In this woman's case, it was a misguided understanding of her need to sacrifice her life for others and all that entailed. So we learn from her story about our own habits, which ones we are rigidly holding on to, and how we might ease into a gentle letting go now. And this woman also had a big problem with the timing of her death. She felt like it was too soon, that she hadn't completed the work she was here to do. And so it poses the question to us, do we feel like we are doing the work that we are here to do? And what can we do about that? So each afterlife story enables us to view our own life here and now and prepare for that inevitable day when our own death arrives, and who knows when that will be. What I also know is that we have a reciprocal relationship with those who have died. So not only can they help us through their journey, but we can also help them with their afterlife journey. So every story has very specific prayers and meditations relevant to that particular way of dying. So for instance, when we hear of mass trauma or death after a long illness, we will know what to do. We will know how we can help. We have not been taught what to do when somebody has died. And this book gives easy, relatable ways to assist, which takes away any sense of helplessness that we can so often feel. And no, you don't need to become a soul guide. You don't need to go out into the other realms or bardos. Just a simpleness of openness of heart, a calmness of energy, and some well-placed and directed prayers can help a soul tremendously. The other book, the working title is Presence, 44 Reflections on Dying Peacefully, a memoir and guide. So this is about coming into your inner presence and accessing your own wisdom when it comes to dying, whether it is your own dying process or another. So this book is about this side of the veil. So we can go through from the time of diagnosis all the way through to the last breath and stepping beyond. So again, we encounter things that we may encounter in our life. Again, like shock, like the soul comfort we're going to need, the grieving, the physical comfort. And this book is for everybody involved. It is for the person dying, for the family and loved ones. It's for the carers, the death doulas. So it brings my own personal stories and my encounters with death and other clients, my mother's. It is a book that speaks directly to the soul. And so it's not another book about death, but a personal and living encounter. And there is a poetic nature about it, which our souls are, by nature, poetic. So it's been given wonderful endorsements by Mirabai Starr, Dr. Joan Borisenko, Rabbi Rami Shapiro, doctors, retreat leaders, death doulas, psychotherapists. It really is speaking directly to the soul of so many. So what I would say is we really are here walking each other home, no matter what side of the veil we are on. So again, I appeal to you with gratitude in my heart to help in any way you can. Every donation helps. So what I do when I'm considering donating is I close my eyes. I ask for an amount, and invariably an amount immediately comes. And to be honest, usually it's quite surprising because it's often quite a bit more than what I would consider donating. But I have found that in doing so, that I am given tenfold back in all manner of ways. And I think if you follow the wisdom in these books, that you also will be given back tenfold. And you can also see it as a way perhaps of paying it forward. I mean, I'm often called upon by family members to help with a soul passing and their onward journey in the other realms. But sometimes it's also the universe. In fact, many times it is a universal call and from my guides, making me aware of where I'm needing to work. So you never know, perhaps I'll see you on the other side as I'm helping you through your journey. So you can see the link below in the description to donate. And again, many, many thanks. Also an invite for my annual Day of the Dead ceremony. This is on October the 29th at 7 p.m. Eastern Time. This year, a focus on gathering the children and youth. Those who have died through war, violent means, disease, starvation, illness, suicide. all manner of ways that death comes to claim our children and youth. And of course, we always make space and room for our loved ones who have passed as well. So you can also see the link below. If you would like more info about the books that will be coming, there will be video clips giving more info soon on my YouTube channel. You could also feel free to email me at revmegan@megandon.life. Visit my website, megandon.life. Donation details are also there. And I'll say this, some people think of death as a morbid subject, probably more so as a fearful subject, but it is anything but that. There is humor, there is so much love, there is lightness and joy, evolution, expansion, and of course, for those left, heartbreak and sorrow. But please remember, death is merely the gateway to a new life. So thank you for helping to bring that new life to souls by your donation. Have a wonderful month, and I look forward to seeing you, hopefully at the Day of Dead ceremony, or it's also being recorded. So until next time, Arhanui.